today we'll be making a little chicken yakitori over a little homemade fireplace. So basically, technically chicken yakitori, you put all different parts of a chicken in there, from the liver to the breast to the thigh. You can literally put whatever you want. But today we're going to be using chicken breast and chicken thighs. Yeah, so basically it's kind of like a skewered grilled chicken. We're making a homemade, pretty basic teriyaki sauce today as well to kind of baste over it when it cooks. Super simple. All you need for that is some minced garlic, some sesame oil, rice vinegar, a little bit of brown sugar and soy sauce, some ginger, and yeah, some little cornstarch. You'll be good to go. So let's get started. Off with these old chicken breasties.
Chicken tits.
Chicken titties. And then to go along with the good old set of thighs. So in between the chicken, I'm gonna put a little bit of onion in there as well, just to add a little veggie. So I'm gonna keep these well, that size right there is a good size. I probably did a little too small. I'll make these ones a little bit bigger. I'm gonna do thirds on this one. There we go. That's the size you're looking for. I like that. It'll fit right in between your meat real nice. We'll also do a little bit of some green peppers. Oh, good shot. We'll keep these about the same size as the onions. Boom. Now we got them done. A little bit of olive oil, put it in there. Get everything nice and coated. It is going to be going over a live fire, so you want to make sure you get some oil in there. Prevent some burning if you can. Ooh, look at that. And we'll go with just a little bit of some kosher sizzle. Hit it with a little sprinkle. And then this is not necessary. This is like a little blend you see me use on the wings and other videos, but basically just some salt, some black cracked pepper, paprika, cayenne, a little sugar, a little garlic powder, onion salt, a little bit of everything. Take your stickers off here. Veggies. Just like that. Give it another mix about. Not going to go too crazy because I am going to baste this with this homemade teriyaki sauce that we will be making, so I'm not too worried about that flavor. Started to marinate my sticks, my meat sticks, so they don't burn up. You want to get them at least 30 minutes prior if you can. So now go ahead and just cube up your meat, however, whatever size bites you want. You serve this without having any. You don't need forks and knives and stuff. So go ahead and cut it into the size that you just want to pop in your mouth. So I'm gonna cut this titty in half. And let's give it a nice little cubey. If you got a big mouth, then make bigger pieces. I got a medium-sized mouth, so I'm going medium. This is medium to me. Let's cut it right in half. Just walk away. This is my first time doing this. I just saw somebody else make it and it looked really good, and I love doing kebabs. I mean, I guess I've been doing this forever. I mean, it's just essentially kebabs, but... Alright, so there's the breast. Here's just chicken thighs. Same thing with these. Mix them all in there too. Good flavors. Boom. Got them all over there. Go ahead and just line it all out. A little bit of this seasoning as well. This is going to get the homemade teriyaki sauce on it as well, so don't go too hard. Notice I always keep a clean hand too. This hand touches the chicken or the meat. This hand is like my seasoning or my knife hand. So helps out a lot. I'm not just sticking my greasy hand, chicken greasy hand back in my seasonings and saving them or anything like that. Keep a clean hand. I don't want to be a dirty boy. Alright, that looks good to me. So now I'm going to come over here. Put my meat over here. And we'll build our kebabs here in just a jiffy. So, for the sauce, we're going to use some garlic, a little bit of ginger. So go ahead and just mince it up. Cut it real nice and small. The garlic. And this is just like the base. I mean, you can add in whatever you want for teriyaki sauce, but this right here will just give you a little base of something, you know, a little something Asian. So now you got about that much. That right there. You can come over here. I'm not gonna make a huge batch or nothing like that. I usually don't even use these whole measuring cups, but here we are. I guess I'm gonna go with. We'll do. Let's do a half a cup. See what that looks like. Half a cup of soy sauce. Boom. That's good. Not too much. I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna do a cup of water. Put a little cup of that water. Oh, perfect size pan. Alright, now let's do like a half a cup of brown sugar. Sounds good to me. Get you some of that brown sugar. That in there. And you know what, this is some rice vinegar. Oh, this smells funky. I don't like vinegar, but it does help. I guess this would be called like a tablespoon. And then we got some toasted sesame. I don't know how much I'm going to do. Whatever. About like that. This stuff is strong. I don't know what that is. Maybe like, how many teaspoons make a tablespoon? I don't know.
Hell if I know.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to try to put some back in here. Alright. So now you got your wet mix. Go ahead and put some of this on in there. Shove that in there. Now we're going to go ahead and bring this on over here to the stove, the burner. We're gonna just reduce this down, cook it down a little bit. I don't know how long, but I want to reduce this. I'm definitely gonna thicken this up. So here in a little bit, after this gets nice and boily, I'm gonna, first I'll give it a little mix up. Don't want those sugars to burn down there or nothing. Be really careful if you use a small, barely big enough container for this, pot, whatever.
Do you want it to thicken?
Yeah, I'm gonna thicken it up. So this is not just this is not gonna necessarily thicken it. It is gonna reduce it down. But I'm gonna add a little bit of water, some cornstarch, a little slurry in there after I just boil it down a little. After I reduce that. Ooh, we got to boil. Come over here to our sauce. Starting to heat up. Just mix in all these flavors. Just make sure it doesn't boil over. Good. Yum, yum. Alright, now just go ahead and put your meat on the stick, man. Go ahead and mix it all up. You want the breasties, you want the thighs. Just get them all in there. Actually, I'm gonna make them tight too. I'm gonna keep these things a little thicker than a Snicker. Maybe do a thigh, breast meat, maybe a little couple onions in there. Don't stab your finger. Actually, is the tricky part, not to stab yourself. So I'm gonna be cooking this literally in like a brick. I think this is all I'm gonna be able to get right there on each ear. Meat sticks. So everything's looking good. Add just a little bit of honey in there. Got some sweetness. A little, like a tablespoon. Maybe a little more cornstarch. You'll mix that with just a little bit of cold water. Cold. Really not much, just a couple of little drizzles. And then we'll come over here. Let's get that nice and incorporated. Alright, I'm gonna bring it over here. Pour a little in there and then just, you can always add more, so you can't take it out. You can always add more, so just start little. See, it's not as watery already. It's already starting to kind of thicken up just a little. I'm not looking for a super thick sauce. I just want it to be able to hold on the meat without running off too much. I will be basting this on the meat as we cook it multiple times. Bring it back up to a little boil. It does have sugar in it, so you don't want to let it get too hot for too long. About where we want her. Now my friend did some homemade teriyaki sauce, super easy. Maybe took what, 15 minutes or so. And if you like a little spice, you can add. At this point, I'm going to add just a tiny bit. I'm going to add just a tiny bit of hot sauce. We like things a little spicy over here. At least you can add just like a tad. Don't want to change the flavor up too much. Alright. And this thickness is pretty perfect for what I want. Go. Alright, I think I got everything ready. Walking into the pup zone. Ordered here. I think I'm gonna do it just right here. Not gonna be too high for me. Oh, I like that. Alright, so today, this is my grill. It's literally just 2 Cinderblocks. One right there, another one stacked on top. I'm gonna put some sticks underneath the corners to kind of let some airflow get underneath. You can do this anywhere. Go get a couple bricks and you have a live fire little cooking thing. Okay. Now we got that right there. So we'll grab a little pieces of bark. Go to your local barbecue restaurant. Take some wood laying around. Put it down in there. Nothing but good charcoal. It's all we use ever. It's premium. Burns with that type of wood right there. It's in Africa. It's invasive. Burns super evenly. It's all natural. Super hot. Hot as a tater tot. Ain't that right, boy? That adds extra flavor. Pour you some in there. Take it out of your meat pile. There we go. She's hot. Well, put these here hot coals down there, and these here little air lifters. Let some air get underneath it. Let it get real nice and hot like. Sticks down there at the bottom, get some nice wood smoke. Some coals on top. Get it real hot. And get her on. We're just about ready. I'm gonna let this flame just go out just a tiny. Now you just add the fuel to your fire. You want it hotter? Add some more little twigs. And I'm a little too big. Could go that way, I guess. It'll shrink down a little bit. Now just let them do the cook. some of it might look burnt, but really it's just flavor. It's just sauces. Sauce hitting the flame and kind of just getting a little crispy. These are looking pretty good, my brother. Maybe a couple are still just nice and medium rare, but that's how we like it over here. Dude, it's so hot in here. Go. Let's pull it right off the stick here. This piece was a little bigger, so I'm just gonna go ahead and give it a little bit of that. And with this rice, we didn't make it. We picked it up from the local Chinese restaurant. A little bit of kick in there with that hot sauce I added into the teriyaki sauce. It's a nice little addition. How'd you go for 2? That's great. Chicken Yakitori. Easy peasy. Made it between 2 bricks. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Also follow us on social media, Facebook and Instagram, Project BBQ JC.